towards... Hello and welcome to Transmit. Over the next half hour we'll be showing you the news from Margaret High School, the news which concerns you.
There will be music and sport as well as serious issues concerning smoking.
But to start with, music, and the band which has had great success in the short time they've been together. Already they have made it through to the finals of the Song for Delling competition this year, and their first album, Premiere, is due to be released soon. So here is Appel with their first single, The Place We Live. Keep watching because the interview recorded with Appel can be seen later on in this programme.
Next on Transmit, an item for the sports fans, a chance to see the major action from the Argoid sports teams. For all the latest news, we pass over to our sport correspondent, Matthew Loftus.
Transmit Sports section this week has a variety of sports to show for both boys and girls. Later on there will be a chance to do a special interview recorded with Di Davis, ex-Everton and Wales goalkeeper. But first, netball. Argoid is an accomplished netball squad in most years of the school, but it's largely overlooked as an exciting sport. I spoke to Janice Jones of the 5th year squad. I asked her first how she would like netball to become a more recognised sport.
Well, I feel it should be more publicised in the media.
Yeah, they should show it on TV so then more people will
Recognise it as an actual sport, as a team sport.
Do you think it's not shown enough on television?
No, I don't think people recognise it as an actual game, as a sport.
What about the educational side?
Yeah, I think netball's recognised as being an actual school sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a school sport, but I think because it is developed more as a team sport out of school as well, it should be shown more in the media. That should say that it's a game out of sport, out of school.
Okay, are you a member of a league?
Yeah.
School league. It's a school league and county league as well.
And how many teams do these comprise of, these leagues?
Depends what
the
the
school league. The school league is like all the local schools.
Okay, who's in the squad?
there's about 10 members altogether, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's 7 that actually play, and there's 10, and it ranges from different age groups, really. It goes through pretty fit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
How many times a week do you train?
We train once during school, and then we also train after school. Because, as I said, we're all in different leagues after school as well.
different groups.
In the leagues, do you play many fixtures?
Yeah, it's usually every weekend or
Yeah.
every other weekend, isn't it?
Are most of the matches local?
Depends. With school, it is usually local. But
Yeah,
with
because you
schools,
normally play
at
the
the
local
county level, you can
schools.
travel to different
Yeah.
counties up and down the country.
How do you feel about younger members in the team?
I think that we've got to work as a squad because we are a squad and we work as a team.
Mm.
So really, we just get on with it.
Yeah, we don't really make
Right.
any differences to the age.
So you're content to play once you've left school?
Yeah.
Carry on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Basketball is a recent sport at Argoid, but is gaining in popularity all the time. Even the teachers are interested. At the end of 1990, a rare basketball match took place between the teachers and fifth-year pupils. Our cameras were there to record it, and these are the highlights. Passing nearby, we took the opportunity to interview him. Tony Butler was the reporter we sent him to ask all the questions. Football as a career?
Because when I was your age, about 15, I was reasonably good at it, and I started playing for the local team, progressed to Welsh League and progressed to Football League, and kept being selected by people to go and play for various teams. I initially went to college, Cardiff Training College, to qualify as a PE teacher, and then I was asked by Swansea City to turn professional, so it was something of a dream of mine to play football, so I decided to give it a go.
Is it hard being a professional footballer?
It's very difficult to be a professional sportsman no matter what the sport involved, because the competition is so fierce. If you imagine yourself and I being 2 goalkeepers, and there's only 1 goalkeeper in the team, so therefore you have to train hard to improve your quality, your technique, your performance, and to maintain a certain level of performance in order to stay in that team. So in that sense, yes, it is difficult to be a professional sportsman, but it is also a very enjoyable way of earning a living, because in all intents and purposes, I never looked upon it as a job, but I looked upon it as sheer enjoyment, plus the fact that I was being paid to keep fit.
Have you any further ambitions in sport?
No, I think it is a young man's game. I was fortunate enough to have 16 and a half years as a professional sportsman. Obviously I enjoy sport, I enjoy watching other young people develop. I finished playing at 36. which is a fair old age. I still play bowls and snooker and do some karate. Just taken up karate at 42, and it's a 10-year plan. Hopefully by the time I'm 52 I might have achieved a black belt.
How would you like to see Welsh football develop in the future?
Well, I would like to, first of all, for the FAW, which are administrators, and basically they are amateurs at their job, I would like to see it done on a much more professional basis and involving people that really understand football. They are the people that make the decisions that affect football. And over the past years, the decisions made by the FAW haven't been the correct ones. Possibly a Welsh League might be a good idea, but it will take a lot of time for people like Wrexham, Cardiff City, Swansea City, Bangor, and the major clubs in Wales now agreeing to sort out a Welsh League. But eventually there is a need to maintain and to keep the talent that we've got in Wales. Because
with this being a year of sport, how important do you feel it is that everyone takes up a sport?
Well, I think that the problem with the society and the community as it is at the moment is that people don't cooperate and can't work together. And I feel that as a sports person, or certainly somebody taking part in the team game, you learn to win, you learn to lose. You learn to share, you learn to appreciate other people's efforts. You might be very talented, but the people playing with you aren't so good. So therefore you have to try to help them. And as I've already said, I am a great believer that you only have one body, and you as an individual have that responsibility of looking after your own health. And sport is a great way of maintaining healthy bodies and minds.
What advice would you give to anyone thinking of becoming a footballer?
To work hard, to possibly have another career, certainly to do their homework first, as I did, because sport is a young man's game, and one day you will have to finish. And if you do finish, you then have the problem of what you do after your sporting career is over. So therefore it's very important that you do your homework, do your studying, and have something to fall back on. Because there are very, very few people who earn a lot of money in sport. So therefore you do need to concentrate on your schoolwork, and then if you really have a burning desire and an ambition, you want to have a go at sport, then by all means. Don't ever go through life and have to say to yourself when you're about 30, 35, well, I could have been good at this or I could have been good at that. Just give it your best shot, just do your best, and then hopefully if you have a bit of luck, you might be successful. It's been a pleasure being interviewed by you, young man. And what is your name? Tony what? And you're a good basketball player, aren't you?
Smoking is a drug that's illegal until the age of 16, but it is well known that a lot of pupils at secondary school do smoke. We sent one of our reporters to find out how and why teenagers smoke.
Never has smoking been such a problem than in today's schools. Each school has its own area, which is a traditional meeting place for the school smokers. This is Argoid, and it is affectionately known as Smoking Corner. It is estimated that around 11% of the pupils at this school have smoked at some time, but little seems to be done to prevent it.
With high figures of smokers, even in the first year, and the known and established area for smoking, why is it that more attention isn't paid to the problem in the form of regular patrols of members of staff, and how do the pupils get cigarettes when they are underage? We put these questions and others to a smoker from the school, to save embarrassment and trouble where identity has been disguised.
Why did you start smoking?
Well, I saw a packet of fags in my granddad's house, so I just sort of had one and it stuck.
Do you still like smoking?
No.
Well, why do you still smoke?
Well, I'm sort of addicted, if you know what I mean.
Where'd you get your money from to smoke?
Well, I used to work, but I got sacked, so now it's just pocket money and the money that my dad gives me, like.
Whoops. How long have you been smoking?
Since I was about 13.
How did you manage to get your cigarettes?
Well, recently I've been getting them myself, but I used to send my sister in or my mates to get them for me, the ones that I get served.
Do you think that it improves your image?
No.
What do your parents think of you smoking?
Well, you see, we had this big barney when they found out, but I told my mum that if she made me give up, I'd just carry on to spite her, so now she just leaves me alone with it. I've got one of the ashtrays in my room.
Are you thinking of giving up in the future?
Yeah,
Are you concerned about health risks?
well of course.
Would you discourage other people smoking?
Yeah, discourage me brother, don't I?
If you had children, would you let them smoke?
I'm not having any kids.
Recorded earlier this year while the album was still being made.
Now Olivier, what first made you decide to form a group together?
Well, Mum and I always liked playing music, and we used to play it before. And then Midge and Mike and that came to the school last year.
Me.
Yeah, I said Midge and Mike and that, weren't you? Yeah, and then Midge and Mike did some concerts, and then anyway we just went along to them, and then we sort of
Formed, didn't it?
and then it formed after the holidays, about September, when we did this competition song, you see. Mrs. Fisher said, will you work on it, because we were always working together, and after that it just sort of...
Okay, thanks. Now, do you actually think that you'll still be carrying on after you've left school, or is it just a school, like, group song group?
Well, I think we'll carry on.
It's not a school song group, it's not a group.
No.
Yes, so it's not the Argoid group, it's just...
Well,
we're
a bit of both.
Are you representing the Argoid?
Yeah, we are well, sometimes.
We're independent.
But we don't play in school uniform.
When we leave school, it'll probably just be a
You know,
Yeah, go on.
Now, this one here, Nige. Are you ready? Do you like to do a competition, or is it all just like a good laugh?
I think you're taking it quite seriously, don't you?
Yes, you seem very serious. And what do you actually think of other people? If other people decide they want to do a group as well?
Don't mind.
Nobody else really. Go ahead.
Don't mind.
What advice would you give to other groups?
Don't look into things, definitely.
Don't have any of us in the group.
Don't go buying instruments.
Especially don't have someone like Nigel, sure.
Or Rich or Ollie.
Yes.
Right there.
Come on, then.
Right, we get back to questions, please. Now, I haven't had you speaking yet.
Rich Jones.
Richard
Jones. He's our bass player and our keyboard
Now,
player.
I'm a bass player.
I'm the drummer.
Don't mind if I call you
I'm a
Richard.
drummer.
Like, if you thought that if someone else had to be in your group, would you consider it, or would the answer just be out?
Well, I think
Well, it depends how good they were. Like, if they were like,
Of course.
if Eric Clapton came along, like, definitely someone like professional, we don't know, some kid, no.
Well, I don't know. It depends what they were. I mean, a drummer. I mean, a real drummer. We need a drummer who can play a real drum kit. He's got his own kit and stuff. There's everybody out there who's got a real kit and they can play. I mean, just...
And drum kits out there, down here at the music room, 20 past 12.
20 past to be on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people will be ringing in or posting in. Anyway, do you have any other hobbies?
I like going walking, you know, and then I like writing songs, you know. Well, I usually write songs. Well, that's what I do, you know, in my spare time. I just go down my piano and I let it just go, you know, all the tension, everything wows out onto the keyboard and it produces a mechanism of interesting sounds at the end.
inspiration.
That in English that means that when I'm fed up I play the piano and it perks me up.
Used to be a poet.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm not a poet. I mean, it's something these lads have made up, you know, to try and make it.
All our songs are over material.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't try and copy.
now,
Too hard to copy.
yeah, now, if I was to say to you, if I was to offer you a contract, would it mean working abroad? Would you go abroad?
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm working in Iraq, you know, I mean.
Wouldn't you like to leave your family, you know, for a long length of time? It depends
If
how
I was
long
to
you
say you're 6 months contract in America.
6 months.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Not American now.
definitely, yeah.
Oh, I don't mind.
They'll get paid.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
how
a
it's hard to
public
get
body.
people to, you know, mind us sort of thing.
Yeah.
Are you interested in playing for an actual club?
Yeah.
Yeah, we try. Oh, that's right. We actually got.
Yeah, we did have a gig, didn't we, Charles?
Yeah,
Literally.
we're trying to pick something up as soon as we can for them.
We want to get the LP out first.
Yeah.
Try and get it to as many people as possible, so they know the songs and stuff before we arrive. You know what I mean?
What I know more words.
Okay.
Do you actually play your music in pubs in this band? Not band pubs. We hope that in the future.
We hope in the future, not yet though.
Yeah, right. You know, I have interest. Oh, Matt, it's really great. You just sort of, what we do usually, we stand outside and we have to see the door. Oh, I was walking down the road.
Could you give us one of your songs?
Yeah, no, we can't. At the moment, we can give her another song, can't we?
You're not Olivia, you're Dick, you're Nigel, you're Mark.
Mine's cool actually.
Mine's
You're the like reading the
This is
question.
the play. Blues Boy, BB Rollins.
Just go for it.
I don't care if you don't know, I don't care if you take it slow, I don't care if you're I don't care at all. I don't care if it's single, about me, I don't care where I've been, no, I don't care at all. Let's go! I don't care if it's in the struggles, I don't mind if I'm making struggles, I don't mind if it's long, but I don't mind if you see those things from the hour. Where I've done or where I've been, no, I don't care at all. And I don't care if it's trees, I don't give a heartbeat. Singing just the flying season, I don't care at all.
Well, that's about all for this edition of Transmit.
But we'll be back again with more news and sport from the Albury community.
But until then,
Goodbye.
goodbye.